Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Andrew Yang Daily Show. I'm your host, Matt, and today is Saturday, September 7th, 2019. Andrew Yang was in the state of New Hampshire today for the Democratic State Party Convention, and the Yang Gang showed out to voice their support for their favorite candidate. Even some Warren supporters wanted to take a selfie with Yang. Andrew Yang spoke to supporters before the event.
How fun is this? It's so tremendous to see you all. What time did you get here? 4 o'clock in the morning. This says 4. It was raining. 4. 6. This softie said 6.
Yang was also interviewed by Fox News and CBS prior to his speech. Here he is warming up for the camera. Yang was the last of 19 candidates to speak at the convention, but it was arguably his speech that captured the attention of attendees. Here it is.
The question of automation. Brothers and sisters, there are tens of millions of American workers who might lose their jobs in the next decade or two. We should stop the tax breaks for companies that buy machines and put working people out of work. I put out a plan this week, a plan to stop the tax breaks that are speeding up automation and taking away the jobs of millions of American workers. While we're at it, every company that puts a worker out of their job should pay a robot tax. If they're going to put robots in the place of our workers, they should have to pay extra.
Just kidding, that was New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, the latest candidate to adopt/copy Andrew Yang's platform, joining former Vice President Joe Biden and Mayor Pete Buttigieg in doing so.
I'm more worried about how we're going to compete with robots. If you look from 2000 to 2010, for every job that was lost to trade, there were 6 jobs lost because of automation.
De Blasio then went on CNN following his New Hampshire speech to declare that he's the only one talking about automation.
I put out a major new policy on automation. My plan, unlike any other candidate, says very boldly, we're going to stop tax giveaways to companies that automate, to actually make it appealing to them. I talked about a plan that no one else is talking about to actually stop the tax breaks that are going now to companies that automate and put workers out on the street to take away American jobs, and instead actually have a robot tax, have a tax on automation to create the funds to provide new jobs for American workers and to disincentivize companies from taking away those jobs. This is a very different proposal. It's not out there from any other candidate, and it's getting a lot of attention. I think the way to get attention is to come up with important ideas and talk about what Americans care about. I gotta tell you, tens of millions of people are scared they could lose their job. They're scared about the insecurity of not knowing whether their job is going to be replaced by a robot. And I'm speaking to that in a very blunt way, and people appreciate that.
You sound a little bit like Andrew Yang.
Bill then contradicts himself after being called out by CNN's Ana Cabrera.
How does your plan differ from his?
Well, it's a great question, Anna. It differs quite a bit. I give Andrew Yang credit for putting the issue front and center.
Let's roll those clips back to back now.
It's not out there from any other candidate. I give Andrew Yang credit for putting the issue front and center. I talked about a plan that no one else is talking about.
Checkmate, Bill. I wonder what lines they will steal from Yang next. Bill goes on to embarrass himself by completely misrepresenting Yang's UBI proposal.
I just plain disagree with his solution. He talks about universal basic income. That basically means every American displaced from their job gets a check once a month. They don't have work. They don't have a career. They don't have a future. They just get a check, and it's not that big a check.
Okay, now here's the real Yang.
We all know that right now, most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. 57% of Americans can't afford an unexpected $500 bill. So you put $1,000 a month into their hands, it's going to go right back into the economy.
This is the trickle-up economy. From our people, our families, and our communities up. It would make our people stronger, healthier, mentally healthier. And the money would go right back into our communities. You know where it would go. Think about it for just a moment. Where would it go? Daycare, car repairs you've been putting off, Little League signups. It would create thousands of jobs right here in New Hampshire.
A link to Yang's full speech is in the description below. Andy Lassner, the executive producer of The Ellen DeGeneres Show, tweeted in favor of Andrew Yang today. Perhaps he could help get Andrew Yang on The Ellen Show, but honestly, I kinda doubt it. The last update from Ellen said she was leaving politics off her show this election cycle, but perhaps a unique candidate like Yang could change her mind. Make sure to reply to the tweet and tell Lassner how much you would love to see Yang on Ellen. Hashtag Trump fears Yang trended #1 on Twitter today, and Andrew Yang joined in on the fun. It even trended in places like Australia. The Inquisitor picked up on the story of the trend today, which exemplifies the grassroots energy behind Yang's candidacy. Yang continues to be one of the few candidates Trump has not yet attacked, which is curious considering Trump usually isn't gun-shy of hitting at his opponents. Here's the real reason Trump is afraid to come at Yang. Trump's 2020 campaign manager, Brad Parscale, did appear to respond to the hashtag, but not in the way you would think. He actually defended Yang against NBC's blackout of Yang from the previous day. Thank you, Brad. Douglas Ernst of the Washington Times chimed in, stating, "I don't think Trump fears many people, but Andrew Yang would be a formidable candidate. If I were running Trump's campaign, I would have a serious plan for the day the shill media realizes Mr. Yang is the Democratic Party's best shot at winning in 2020. A report from IBM was published by CNET yesterday stating that over 120 million workers are at risk of losing their jobs due to automation worldwide over the next 3 years. It also came to light today that the restaurant chain Cali Burger will flip burgers with a robot known as Flippy at 50 different locations by the end of the year. I want to let you all know of an event I was notified of today that is taking place on the day of the Democratic debate next week. On September 12th, organizers are calling for supporters of Andrew Yang to make their voice heard by creating a 2 to 3 minute video explaining why you like Andrew Yang, and then to post the video on as many forms of social media as possible using the hashtags #ISupportYang and MyYangStory. We hope you participate. This could be a huge momentum boost for Andrew heading into the debate. Bo, of the Fifth Column, made a video today discussing Andrew Yang and universal basic income. He says his son asked him about Andrew Yang's universal basic income proposal.
But tonight we're going to talk about UBI, Universal Basic Income. It is a central piece of Andrew Yang's campaign platform.
Be sure to check out the full video. The link to this, all tweets, articles, and videos shown in this episode will be down in the description below. Here's my favorite tweet from today. I also want to welcome the newest convert to the Yang Gang at the Mary Rossi Otto. And that wraps up today's show. Thank you for watching the Andrew Yang Daily Show, Episode 3. I hope you join me again tomorrow.
Yang Gang 2020. Yang Gang 2020. Yang Gang 2020. Yang Gang. Yeah, yeah. Yang Gang 2020. Yang Gang 2020. Yang Gang 2020. Yang Gang.